fourth album is Animaru by Mei Semones. And this was my pick. So, yeah, could have gone for Thai again. But I was quite excited to see what.
Why'd you went with this?
I thought you might be. So, yeah. I mean, I was excited to see what May would do on a full length effort, a debut full length effort. I reviewed her EP last year and was just took to this fusion of English and Japanese lyrics, this kind of arch indie rock, quite folky in parts, and just some pretty music, but also some good crunch when the kind of electric guitar gets plugged in. So intrigued to see what she could do on a full length. And with Animari, I think it's an extension of that EP, basically, and that's not a bad thing at all, because I think it's just going to another level with what she does, which I can't think of any other artist who does this sort of thing, to be honest. And some interesting genre dives here, quite a bit of bossa nova, particularly opening track Dumb Feeling. You get some orchestration and strings on quite a few of these tracks as well. And yeah, it just takes you on a journey. It's quite light, I think, and I suppose the danger of this album is that it can kind of pass you by, and go in one ear and out the other, which I get. I think with Donguri and Norwegian Shag, that duo is possibly on the more forgettable side of the spectrum of what's on offer here. But on the title track on Dango Mushi or Danjo Mushi, don't know which it is, but and then with Zarigana, I think those three are the top tracks on here. And yeah, it's just nice to see that there is a buzz around her, because again, it was one of these kind of EP things which came in last year, which just took a punt on. Quite often it might not be an artist who's got to get that exposure, but it does seem that she's got a bit of a tailwind behind her, and I think even an Enemy front cover not so long ago. So yeah, really great to see her continue in such a form and take her music to hopefully a wider audience, and someone who is, if she's playing in the UK, is someone I'd very much like to go and see, and yeah, interested to see what journey she'll go on. But yeah, for me, very strong, promising debut album. Up there with Divorces, perhaps, in best debut albums this year. So you're nodding your head, Karl, so I'll go to you next.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, excellent pick this month, Andrew, for sure. I mean, yeah, Mei Semones, not someone I knew anything about before, despite her press coverage, it seems. But yeah, with this being a debut, I guess not completely unexpected, but yeah, what a wonderful introduction to May's world. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good string arrangement, and this album is just awash with them. Yeah, like, I just love those, stuttering jazz influences that come through. And yeah, it's just a really interesting listen from start to finish. Enjoy the first two tracks. Then the song, I Can Do What I Want. I think for me, that's up there in terms of the highlight. It's got a really sweet melody to it. Again, like those really fleeting cinematic elements coming through in the orchestration. It almost like threatens James Bond at one point, but then it vanishes as quickly as it arrives. Like those grand moments, and then it kind of settles back in, which I really like. And then yeah, the title track straight after, love the groove on that one. Dongori, obviously you mentioned, that one reminded me a bit of Feist. There's definitely I almost had the 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you want me more melody in my head. I think it's very similar, that one, but obviously, yeah, Japanese influence rather than Canadian. I think Feist was Canadian, but yeah.
Is, yeah.
Yes.
We're not breaking anything here. Boris, as far as we know, still alive.
Yeah, I should have worded that better. But yeah.
Or changed nationality. You know, there's two
Yeah,
ways we could take it.
yeah,
We probably went
that's
for the
it.
Starker one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, where was I? Yeah, Norwegian shag. We're going to another nationality now. Yeah, not just the best. I mean, it definitely the best song title on the project, but also probably like the best string arrangement as well. Yeah, just glorious the way. Yeah, it kind of shuffles and sweeps through your headphones as you're listening to it. Really like that song. And the other one I just wanted to shout out was the final track, which, you know, I won't butcher by trying to pronounce the name of it, but again, just a really sweet, delicate ending to the whole project. It briefly, kind of like that track early on, it briefly threatens to like erupt towards the back end, but instead it just kind of fizzles out, and then it floats off on like again like the beautiful strings, kind of similar in the way that the whole project kind of arrived. So yeah, not too much more to add. I think it's, yeah, like you say, Andrew, sonically fascinating debut. Love the Japanese and the jazz influences coming through in the music, and it just makes for a really enjoyable listen. And it's one that, you know, doesn't overstay its welcome either. So yeah, one really great first outing. I'm looking forward to hearing more from May and where she goes from here.
Well, good. So Kylie, were you enthused by Animaru?
Yeah, I think this one's a 3 for 3 for us. I also was not familiar with Mei Semones, and now while we've been doing this, reminded myself to save the other EPs so I can go and listen to them and, you know, figure out the journey here. But yeah, I mean, the indie jazz, bossa nova, Japanese, English stew that we're cooking up here. It's a really great record. I get a lot of, especially like on Zaragani, reminds me of Jason quite a bit, which is a compliment for me. I love Jason, and more of that, please. And yeah, I think it's a lovely little indie pop record. And, you know, we've over the last couple of years talked a lot about how, you know, the indie pop thing can kind of uh, be towards the end of its rope for me, but this one I really enjoyed. And um, yeah, I think the here's the funny thing about this record for me is that I have listened to it a whole bunch, and I will play it and I will put it back on again, and it's this little snack that I really enjoy. There has not been one song that has like been stuck in my head or that I like recall, you know? So that's like it's such an interesting situation because I really like the record. Um there's just there's just a little bit missing, but that's okay. It's a debut record, and go from here. And yeah, I think a really, really solid debut. I'm happy with this record.
Great stuff. So maybe for album number 2, just slightly longer songs to and
Yeah,
more
maybe
repeated
she does
refrains to get.
grunge and Blanchel does bossa nova.
I
Okay.
would listen to both of those.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, 2027.
Yeah, yeah.
You're on. I mean, we probably need their agreement, but we're decided on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so another strong album we've had in this month.